This has made me realize why running an online business is so powerful. Yes, people, we have pulled up to the new crib for the month, and yeah, it's looking nice. I'll show you the views of what we're working with. Literally, the idea of this place is to literally just get work done. It's a mix of a holiday and a workplace, and this is the beauty of running an online business generally. A lot of people talk about online business, but this has made me realize why running an online business is so powerful. Just have a look at this view that we're working with at the moment, which is unbelievable. We've even got a little pool literally below there as well, and the beach is literally over there. So yeah, we're gonna just work from here. As you can see, actually, we've got a little workplace here, so this is just where we're gonna be working during the day. And then obviously when we want to go down to the beach and stuff like that, we can. And yeah, like, it's just sick, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy being in these places, especially last year was when I dropped out of uni and I started my like proper, I guess, lock-in period where I was at home. So I would just be in my homeroom, as you guys have probably seen, just working away. So it's finally nice to actually be able to work with a very nice view. And yeah, and we'll start the day off with a nice disbursement from Amazon. And as you can see, we've got like a 2K disbursement just to make. So we'll just request a 2K payout there, which is really nice. And as you can see, the last few days have been really good. We've had a 4K day and a 5.3K day, which has been really good. So we're back on track I want to be hitting these types of numbers every single day. Profit's been really high as well, which is perfect. And that's the beauty of this place. Basically costs about like $2,000 a month, and we literally just withdrawn that today. Now obviously we can take that out, pay for this, and continue on as if nothing happened. And the beauty is, again, with running an Amazon business, you can do so many other things. You know, this business is now at a stage, like I've shown you guys and I've spoken about, it's pretty much automated. So the money is coming in and it's flowing and it's moving, but I've got time to do other things as well and start new businesses that are going to generate even more money. So that's the whole point of this. And then you get to be in places like this where you can move away from your hometown, which I think is very important, being in a new environment, and just be able to think clearly. It's so peaceful right now, as you can probably hear. It's no sound. It's just literally like the water, the trees, which is sick. So yeah, a lot of money's going to be made here. A lot of work's going to be done. A lot of fun's going to be had as well, because you always need to have a mix of everything. But yeah, that's the start of the day, and we'll take you on to the next. Cool. So now that we've already checked in and everything like that, obviously we've got to start the day off with work. So how does the day look now currently on the road to 100K per month with Amazon? So last time when I was doing the 50K a month video, I showed you that I had a team member who was sourcing me products, and then I would simply then add it to the inventory, add it to basket, buy the products, do all the admin. Now, for me to get to 100K a month, it doesn't make sense for me to be doing that. So I've hired someone to do that, and that's going to propel me forward. So now the way that the system works, and this is something that I go through, especially with a lot of my one-to-one guys who've got a lot more capital to start with, is you can simply outsource your whole system. So the online arbitrage side of things, which is buying from retailers, right? That is done by a product sourcer who's been working with me for almost like 2 years now. So obviously he's getting better and better as he goes. And obviously I've trained him over and over again. Obviously, if you were to get someone like that into your business at the start, it will be okay. But obviously, remember, think about it long term. They'll get better over time as well. Then that part that I mentioned to you about adding to the inventory and all those things, I have another virtual assistant who does that now. So I'll show you exactly how they do it. It's pretty simple. They have quite a structured system, and I'm just going to go on to my Google Sheet now and just kind of read out to you exactly step by step what they do and why it's so important. So they work 4 hours for me, and the system works like this. They will analyze the deals for me, so the online arbitrage deals that my other VA finds. They will then add to the Amazon inventory for me. They will then purchase the deals, so I've given them access to a virtual card where they can purchase the deals for me. They will also then do invoice management. That's one thing I was so bad at, invoice management. So as soon as they've ordered it, they'll chase up invoices, they'll add an invoice to like a Google Drive or something like that. And then they'll add the product to the prep center sheet, and they'll be in touch with my prep center to make sure that the items get delivered on time. And then they will be monitoring the shipments as well, making sure that, you know, there's no errors in terms of discrepancies and so forth. And then the final thing that they do is repricing and restocking. So every week, the VA gives me a repricing report. So if I look at this report here, she's kind of telling me, you know, when did we send it into Amazon? I'll actually show you now. So yeah, if you guys can see here, you can see that she's given me like a report of when I sent the products into Amazon, if I do drop the price, the current Amazon price, what's going to be the ROI on it? Of course, we can use an AI repricer, but I like to have it manually checked as well because I think it's quite important. So that's just, again, another thing that she does for me. It's really, really useful. And like I said, this is like £150 a month you're paying these people. And for the amount of brain power that's going to save you is so, so important. So that's the system at the moment. And then that leaves me with more time to do things like wholesale, for example. So I can then automate online arbitrage completely, and then I can be spending time doing wholesale. Now, I actually outsource the wholesale side of things as well. So it's literally at the point where it's fully outsourced now. Obviously, I've done the hard work. Look, at the same time, those of you that are getting started or those of you that are in a position, at the start, you're going to need to be involved. Unless, if you've got more than like £5,000, you can do this from the jump because like money kind of talks, right? The more money you have, the easier you can do this because then you can cover your monthly costs for at least 5 to 6 months anyway. Whereas obviously you guys that got 1.5, 2K, you're going to need to be involved at the start, but this is just a way for you to exit and start scaling the business. So yeah, this is what it essentially looks like. If you look at the profits for the last week, let me show you guys how we've been doing in the last 7 days. Some really good days recently. Obviously we're edging into Q4 now as well. And I'll do some videos in a bit more of a breakdown on like how we're attaining these sales, what we're doing. But essentially, let me show you now how it's looking. As you can see, 2.5K, about 18.5K in sales in the last 7 days. So it's decent, you know, on track for another 10K month in terms of profit. And obviously this is after my prep costs and everything like that. So this is the net profit. I don't have many added costs on top of this. I try and make sure on my seller toolkit, I add all the costs. Some people don't do that, but yeah, it's pretty decent. It was a bit slow because I had items not checking in. And the last thing I just wanted to show you was spending. So in order to attain like 10K profit per month, we have spent quite a lot. So in terms of spending, and this is where I speak to a lot of students about, you know, generating capital and all these things. We've spent in terms of September, I'll show you the spend of what we've done. So as you can see here, yeah, so in September we have spent, I've got it all here. If you look at the sum, we've spent 67,000. So we spent just 67,000, just under 70,000 pounds. And in terms of spending, why is it important to spend? And am I spending 67 to make 10K back? No, that's not how it works. I spent that in the month of September because you need to have cash flow and then you need to have inventory. So about half of that will sit in inventory. So about, let's say 30,000 pounds of inventory will sell through in September. In October and make me that 10K profit. So give me that 30% return. And then the other half is obviously getting sent into Amazon. Maybe I ordered it at the end of September. So by the time it checks in and so forth. So usually you want to spend double your money to have 2 months worth. I think having 2 months worth of stock is really important. And that generates you that consistency, that cash flow, allows you to move and not struggle with hitting your targets. So that's one thing that I've learned with scaling. So I know if I need to hit 100K sales per month, which is like 15K profit, you're looking at needing to spend in 1 month and then obviously letting things flow. Because what happens is, let's say I spend this 70 grand, then I make 10 grand profit, then I reinvest that profit plus the money that's come back to me, and let's say that's 20, 30K, I reinvest that into the start of October, then the other 30K has sold in the start of October as well, and then by the end of October, I've got that 30K, I pump it back in, and I just keep flowing like that. So it works really, really well in that way. And yeah, so the point is you obviously want to be getting a 30% return, but try and obviously stack up your inventory as much as possible to keep things flowing. And we placed a massive wholesale order. So out of this 67K, about 45K of it was a wholesale order. So as you can see, at the moment, it's not really 50-50, it's more like 60-40, 60 wholesale, 40% online arbitrage, like 70-30, which is cool. Again, the hybrid model works so well because here, look, I could only really spend about 25K on online arbitrage, which is still very, very good. Just goes to show you guys, you can spend a lot of money on online arbitrage. Online arbitrage will attribute to at least 5K in profit, 4 5K in profit, and that's fully outsourced, right? So I'm making 4 5K in profit doing nothing, literally doing nothing. And my expenses for that is prep fees, which is basically, you're looking at maybe £500, £400 off that. To be fair, I got my invoice said £96. I don't know why, but yeah, it will be low, I think, because they send it out the next month, something like that. Then you've got your virtual assistant costs. So me, I'm paying him, he's full-time, and then the other one is part-time. So that's like £450. So let's say out of £1,000, out of 5 grand, you're making 4 grand nets and you're doing nothing. That's more than most people's 9 to 5. And like I said, to live in a place like this, and this is a very, very nice place, and actually eat out every single day, 4 or 5K a month. And trust me, that's on the high end. Like, you don't need to live in a place like this. Realistically, this is like a bit more up because I wanted better quality. You can live in a very nice place for 3.5K a month. And this Airbnb costs 2K a month. Like I said, you can split it. I'm with my brother. You can split it between 2 people. even though he didn't split it. But yeah, 2K a month. 2K a month. And then food costs, like let's say 1K a month for food, that's 3K. And then flights as well is like 300-400 quid. That's Cyprus, it's not even far. That's 3.5K for the month. Realistically, you can do that every single month and that could run through your Amazon business. And then that, like I said, to run the online arbitrage side of things, that takes me 2 to 3 hours a day maximum. Not even that, because realistically it's all done for me. So it might even take me an hour. I just kind of have a look over things anyway and see how things are going. So this is where it can get to, and this is what I want. This is how I want it to be. I want it outsourced and I want to live my life. I don't want to be sitting sourcing products all day for 8 hours. I'm making 10K a month, 5K extra for what? Do you know what I'm saying? And be still in the UK, what's the point? So yeah, this is the insight into what we do and how we're getting to 100K per month. So take these all on board. Even if you're a new starter and you got 5K to start with, you can actually get this system in place pretty soon. So that's what I do with a lot of my one-to-one guys. So those of you that are watching this that are sort of got higher capital and you want to kind of do this sort of system, you know, just have a look in the link in the bio and stuff like that for, you know, how we can discuss getting you onto that system. But yeah, now we're literally, it's mad sunny right now. We're gonna go head to the gym. In terms of gym, and I say this time and time again, the gym should not be your life, okay? If you're not getting paid to train, shout out to my brother, he says this all the time, why are you training for 2-3 hours? Yeah, those of you that are doing your 9 to 5s, you go home and you train for 2 hours in the gym and you go every single day, or you do push-pull legs. What's the point? Like, you know, you need to make your money first so you can get out of here. And then if you really want, I could do gym for 2 hours, but even still, you're not competing. If you want a good physique, trust me, you only really need to train an hour a day max. And you don't even have to train every single day. You can do 3 times a week. We do full body workouts 3 times a week. And then I do circuits in between the week as well, which circuits take me like 30 minutes and I'm in good shape. Like, you know, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I'm in very good shape for the amount of training that I do. Then you just need to make sure you eat clean, have enough water and stuff like that. For those of you that are going to the gym, obviously you say it's like your therapy and stuff like that. It's kind of gay. Like, come on, let's just, do you know what I mean? Just go to the gym, train, hit the weights, do your circuits. Obviously, those of you that are doing boxing, obviously some of my guys here do boxing or football, whatever, and you want to go pro, you want to do that, then yeah, you train 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, whatever. But those of you that are just working 9 to 5, or you've got your business, why are you spending 2 hours in the gym? All you need to do is do simplified workouts and stuff like that. If any of you actually want to know sort of the workout routine that we do, you can always drop me a message on Instagram. I can put you in touch with my brother. My brother does all the workout training plans for me and everything, so I just follow what he's given me. And then yeah, like literally gym's not going to take long at all. And I'm still going to be in good shape, then back to work. And that's what you want. And you want to be rejuvenized after gym as well. So having that's important. Remember, stay strong as well, but keep it nice and effective. And don't waste time. Don't be going gym for so long. It's pointless. But yeah, we're gonna head to the gym now. I'm gonna put some clips of what I'm doing in the gym, and then we'll go back to work after the gym, or head to the beach for a bit, and then yeah. I hear it all the time. I'm not after the lifestyle. I'm not even bothered about the cars, the watches, the clothes. I just want freedom. The reality is, you clocking into your job every single day is not gonna grant you freedom. So many people I know are getting made redundant in the wake of AI, companies cutting down on costs because of the high taxes in the UK. The future is looking grim. Every day you let go by is another day that freedom is further away from yourself. Freedom isn't gonna arrive straight away, but what I can promise you is 6 months, 12 months of dedicating yourself, this is what life can look like.
First month is gone much better than I thought. Obviously 25,000 is a really good number first up.
Don't wanna brag, but a cheeky 2,000.
What is kind of the next step for you?
The next process is automation now, so I'm gonna try to automate the business.
For you, what are you looking to do next?
So after hitting a 5K month, I'm definitely aiming to hit a 10K month. Also hit probably 100K in sales, becoming VAT registered.
I've done £50,000 ever since starting. And for this month alone, I've done £7,000.
In 1 year's time, there's a life that is completely different to the one that you live right now. No restrictions, no constantly checking the bank balance, no asking how long your lunch break is, no asking if you can have a holiday. You decide for yourself. Literally 5:30 or 6:30 here, and this is the view, which is nuts. Like this beach, there's these little cabins there as well. They can just chill in, and yeah, just chill by the sunset and do work. So I'm just been sitting here for an hour or so. Back in the UK, it would be cold right now. It'd be raining. It'd be dark. So I don't like all of that. I was saying on my Instagram story, there's no need for winter arc. I see so many people like winter arc, great lock-in, you know, wake up at 5 a.m. for your run. I'll be honest, that's never been me. Like I said, I don't like waking up early. I don't like it when it's cold or dark or wet. So I just decided to make money so that I can go and have summer all year round. And I remember one guy said to me once, this guy was making like 100 grand a month. And he literally said to me, he's like, bro, when you're rich, winter doesn't exist. And I kind of hear it now. Not that I'm like rich just yet, but I'm doing all right. So summer is every day now, and we get to enjoy it. And obviously, like I said, today, there's nothing special to show you guys. I'm literally working all day between 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. I was literally working. So it's nothing different. It's just a choice. And me working 9 to 4 on my own business rather than working 9 to 4 for someone else allows me to do this. And that's the decision I chose. Some of you are working just as hard as me, by the way. It's more about taking risks. People think that you need to work hard, and you're not working hard enough. You are working hard enough. You're just not being risky enough. You're just accepting the norm, and maybe you're too afraid of doing things yourself. So, you know, that's what I would say in regards to all of that. But this is the vibe. As you can see, we're just chilling over here. And yeah, gonna probably go back in now, have some dinner and stuff, and get back to work. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. It's literally the end of the day now. And the end of the day, what happens at the end of the day? Well, for me, it's all about feedback. And feedback is so important. And like I said, in terms of self-improvement and actually leveling up, as you call it, feedback is one of the most vital things. And like I said, there's so many people out there, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, they do their videos about self-improvement and all these things. They haven't got a clue what they're talking about. It's a lot deeper than that. Like feedback is one of the biggest things that has helped me get to where I need to get to, and especially getting to 100K per month. I know that the feedback element has to be the sharpest. And it's similar, and I took this from school. The one thing I'll give to school, even though school was useless, was we did one thing once, which was like, what went well, what went wrong, what could you do better next time, something like that. And if you implement that at the end of every day, in every aspect of your life, by the way, not just money, gym, social, all those types of things, and think about how could you do better tomorrow, how, what went well today, what systems were good, what's effective, what's working, then double down on that, and what's, going wrong, what needs to be fixed. So for example, if I think about today, one thing that went wrong today was in the morning time, I got distracted because I had to basically do my VAT return, right? And that's what went wrong. I had to spend an hour doing that, and that's a waste of time. I shouldn't be doing that. Someone should be hired to do that. So I've hired someone to do that now going forward, right? So that's improvement, right? Similarly, other things as in with staff and stuff like that, I hadn't given proper instructions, right? So one of my staff members that just joined, they did something for me and it wasn't up to standard. But why? Because I didn't set the instructions. So I need to make sure to set the instructions. But what went well today? Well, today I actually got up early because it was sunny, like I showed you guys. I was able to be effective with the amount of work that I did. So I'm still working now, still got a lot more hours in me, so I was effective in that way. I didn't waste time today. I've barely been scrolling. I don't really do that anyway, but barely been on my phone in terms of consuming. I've just been producing, then doing work. And if you actually then evaluate at the end of the day, you'll create a system that is unbelievable. And that's all it comes down to with money, and even other things as well. If you create the proper system, which comes from trial and error. When people say trial and error, it's trial, error, feedback. Once you have that feedback in place, you can propel forward and no one can stop you. Once you actually take that bit of feedback, most people don't do that. Most people do try, but most people don't evaluate. And once you evaluate, that's what takes you from just being average to going above and going to a different level. And that's how I know that I will always surpass people in whatever I try, because I know that I do the feedback part, which is the boring part. It's like when you do boxing, if those are my boxers in here, I know I have a lot of students that train and do whatever. Your coach tells you watch back stuff, you're watching back your sessions, even footballers and stuff like that, you're watching back what you've done to see how you can improve. Why would business be any different? Same with social, same with gym, watch back and give feedback. And that's how you're going to propel forward. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in today. I'll do a few more of these sort of day in the life stuff like that just to keep you guys posted. We're on our way to 100K a month at the moment, so pushing hard for that. I want to hit that by the end of this year. I've got a cool video in February that I made where I said I'm going to hit it. And I don't say things lightly.
I'm going to achieve it, and I'll document it here and just claim it. This will be it. It will happen because we're going to work hard every day to get it. And I want to take you all on that journey. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all soon.